Welcome to Star Joes. I'm your host Ryan, and today I'm doing another one of my reaction videos. This time over a topic that I am very excited about. Not any negative stuff this time. Well, maybe a couple things to talk about. But for those of you unfamiliar, what I've decided to start doing is I'm going to start doing a little bit more of these reaction videos when there's something new that happens, whether it be something that I'm not too happy about hearing about or something I'm really excited about that I want to respond quickly and immediately to you guys. There's really no editing involved with these videos. Occasionally I'll have some pictures or something like that that might pop up like in some of my other videos, but just going straight off my initial reactions, not going to do any jump cuts or anything like that. So it's just completely raw, pure emotion, errors and all. So what this video is it's actually my reaction, if you couldn't tell by the title below, is my reaction to the new Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer. Just saw it a few minutes ago on Monday Night Football and watched it about 3 times already. Took a couple notes down. Can't say I'm going to respond to my notes consistently through this video, but just very excited. When the trailer was being announced, the director, Rian Johnson, actually had said that if you want to go into this movie cold and not really know a whole lot of what's going on, then not to watch this trailer. And that's kind of what I'll throw out there for you guys as well, is that if you've not seen the trailer and you really want to go into the movie cold, don't watch this, because I'm going to talk about some of the things I saw in the trailer, what some of it could mean. I don't have any clue as to what these things actually will mean, but this trailer definitely clears up a few things for us, or at least steers us in a certain direction to what might be going on. So we open up and we have Snoke, at least I assume it's Snoke, talking to Kylo Ren about when he first met him. He just saw this raw, untamed power. And we get a little glimpse of this potentially later in the trailer when Luke is talking to Rey and saying he only saw this type of strength or this type of power once before, and it didn't scare him then, but it scares him now. He's seeing Rey as being extremely powerful. So I assume that those two lines are kind of related to each other. I assume that Luke is talking about Kylo Ren. And this is obviously why Luke has gone into seclusion. But assuming Rey did something to convince Luke to train her besides just appearing and handing him his old lightsaber. So we do get to see a lot of Rey's training. I think that was exciting. That was something I was really looking forward to with this movie. We can see that she does have some raw power. I mean, the ground is cracking before her as she's whipping the lightsaber around and just stopping right before the boulder. Just showing her type of control over her abilities and everything else. We do get to see Leia. Sad to see Carrie Fisher did not live long enough for us to see her in future movies. I know she's supposed to play a big part in this one, and I'm glad all the filming was done. So we really get to see, Princess Leia or General Leia Organa shine in this movie. It seems like they're hinting at it that she might die in this movie. I don't believe that was the intention originally, but maybe there were some rewrites or something like that. But you do hear Kylo Ren in the middle of the space battle that they're showing, which I was very excited to see some intense space battles going on. I absolutely love the space battles in Star Wars. But during the space battle, he's flying around, zipping around, and he's talking about how sometimes you have to let the past die and sometimes you have to kill it yourself in order to move on in the direction you need to move on to. Now, this could be him talking to Rey later on, because we do see that at the end of the trailer, Rey actually says to Kylo Ren, or at least I assume this is her saying it to Kylo Ren, I need someone to show me my place in all of this. Now, she could have been saying that to Luke. It could be, playing on audio and everything else, putting the audio where it wasn't really in the movie, but she could be saying that to Kylo Ren and convincing him to come and help her on the light side and her struggles with the Force, or Rey could be turning to the dark side or going with Kylo Ren and realizing that he's the only one that will train her. I don't know which direction it's going to go in. Again, it could be a play on audio, but it seems like Kylo Ren talking about having to kill your past plays into what was said later by Rey and someone showing her her place and everything. Now, it is kind of foreboding that when he's saying the line of killing the past, he's flying around. Leia is in a ship that I assume is in the same space battle. You kind of have the whole Vader Luke connection there, like you had in Empire Strikes Back, where Luke is reaching out to Vader once he realizes that Vader is his father, and there's just that connection where they're not actually seeing each other, but it seems like they're seeing each other. So I thought that was a cool nod to that moment. But yeah, does Kylo Ren actually destroy the ship that Leia's on, knowing that Leia is on there, his mother is on there? So I thought that was really cool. We didn't get to see any of the Praetorian Guards, which I'm okay with. I'm not crazy about their design, only because it's all red. I like the design overall. It's just extreme red. So I do like the Guards. I'm excited to see what part they play. I'm hoping it's not like a Captain Phasma situation that like we saw in the first The Force Awakens, where they show these really cool designs and these really cool soldiers, and then they barely play a part in the entire movie. I'd like to at least see one battle with them. I think that would be really cool. I like the whole samurai look to them. Like I said, it's just a lot of red going on with their costume. Speaking of Captain Phasma, we do get a really cool battle, it looks like, between Captain Phasma and Finn. Finn is disguised, obviously, as a First Order officer, and on the battlefield, it looks like him and Captain Phasma finally face off, which I'm excited about because Phasma was a really cool character and could have had a lot of potential in The Force Awakens that just was not used at all in that first movie. They did promise that in this movie she was going to have a bigger part to play, and I'm glad to see her in a battle. When it comes to another new character that I'm not that excited about, even though a lot of people seem to be, is the creatures, the Porgs. They seem like the Ewok type characters or the Jar Jar Binks type characters of this trilogy, at least to me. I like the way they look. If they were just creatures in the background, scurrying around while things were happening, that would be fine. I'd be totally into these creatures. But the fact that they're kind of playing a bigger part, I don't want to, dismiss them and say, oh, it's horrible. It is the Jar Jar Binks. I personally have liked the Ewoks in the past, even though they get a lot of hate. But Jar Jar Binks definitely was not a character I really liked at all. The Porgs, I'm afraid of them being those types of characters where the fans just really don't like them. Although it seems like a lot of fans that I know are really gravitating towards them and really liking them. I just hope that it makes sense for them to actually be playing a part. And I guess that's the biggest thing, is I want these new creatures, to make sense as to why they're playing a bigger role or why they end up on the Falcon with Chewie, which seems to be what happens. I think it was kind of funny. It gave me a little chuckle, the fact that one of them did scream out when Chewbacca screamed out. I got a little bit of a laugh there. And if it's something like that, where it's just a little laugh, totally fine with that. Again, if it makes sense and everything else as to why they're on the Falcon and everything else. I just don't want it to be like they're playing a bigger role into everything. Now, one of the creatures that we got to see in this that I actually really did like, and I'm sure it is just going to be a background character that we don't really see a whole lot of, but they did show these white, like, fox, deer, rabbit-looking things, and kind of a herd that was, running away from some danger, and I liked that. That's one of the things I really love with Star Wars, amongst many things, is I love the new creatures and the different monsters that we get and all that type of stuff, different alien species. And that seemed like a very minor one that they just threw in the trailer, or potentially a minor one that they threw in the trailer. And I don't know their name yet. I'm sure I'll look it up, but I just thought they looked cool. It was just a cool design that seemed very Star Wars. It seemed like something that would be there. Poe Dameron has a pretty big role in this, which I'm excited about because I loved him in the first movie, and it seems like he's kind of leading the resistance in this movie, so that's really cool. He does say, we're the spark that lights the fire that burns the First Order down, or brings the First Order down. Yeah, I'm just very excited about this trailer. I already have my tickets ready for Thursday night at 7 p.m. Going to go see it. I am super excited. I'm sure I'll do another reaction video like this right after I see the movie. I'll probably come home and be too excited to not talk about it. I have been a huge Star Wars fan since the first movie came out. I didn't get to see the first movie when it came to the theaters. I was a little too young. I was around 2 years old when that happened. But it was A New Hope was re-released in '79 in my area, and my father took me to that. That was the first movie I got to see in the theater with my dad. It was awesome. I have memories of it still, of exactly things that were happening. So Star Wars has been a huge part of my life. I have been very happy with the new movies. I've been very excited. And this one seems like it's going to be really cool. The new poster that's out for it, which is at the beginning of this video, that is, it looks like it's giving that darker tone, which we would expect from a second act of a trilogy. So, I don't think we're going to see a happy ending to this particular movie. I think it's going to end on that darker note. It might end with the whole Rey and joining up with Kylo Ren, and who knows? Kylo Ren sticks his hand out, but maybe Rey doesn't accept it. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I'm very excited. Again, glad we're going to see Rey's training. Glad we're going to see more of Phasma. We're going to see Finn battling Phasma. That's exciting. Huge space battles, huge ground battles. That was another thing we saw. The new AT-ATs, and I don't remember what their names are, but they're the gorilla-looking AT-ATs. I think that design is pretty cool. It seems like a natural progression. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. Tell me in the comments below, what did the trailer do for you? Did you get more excited by seeing it? Were you less excited by seeing it because maybe it revealed too much for you? Let me know. The other thing I want to know in the comments is, I've been calling these things, I've only done 2 videos like this so far, but I've been calling them, a G.I. Joe's fan reaction, a Star Wars fan reaction. Let me know what ideas you have for calling these particular types of videos. Put it in the comments below. I'd love to know, what you would like as far as, and have it related to the Star Joe's universe, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ninja Turtles, something, do a play on words or something like that. I'd love to see what you guys put in the comments below as far as what I could call these things. And like I said, it's going to always be some type of reaction type video, which are abundant, I know, on YouTube, but that's what this is going to be. It's going to be raw, it's going to be unedited, and it's just going to be something that I want to talk about in the moment. So whatever ideas you have, put it below, and maybe I'll pick one of those to go ahead forward with, and totally give you guys, whoever comes up with a cool name, give you total credit for that, and I don't know, see if I can do something for you for it. So looking forward to the new Star Wars movie. Tell me if you're excited. I want to hear it below, and I got to get to putting this together so I can get it out tonight for you guys. So with that, I'll go ahead and close the episode by saying the Force will be with you, because knowing us is half the battle. Take care, guys.